Hi Anil, good evening.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yeah, you ready for the interview, Anil?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Please carry on. Share your screen and go ahead, please.
Good evening, everyone. Today we'll be discussing on the practice lesson 6 on managing security. In this practice, we will assign the access to the users and the groups to the dimension members. First, log in into our credentials in the EPM cloud. Navigate to the home page and click on the dimensions. Make sure we have selected the account dimension and selected the dimension field and select the user defined dimension like a total account that we created in the preview earlier scenario. We can see this in the navigation part. Log into our credentials. As per the activity guide, navigate to the dimension under the account. Under the create and manage, select the dimensions and navigate to this total account here. It expanded. It shows the in return on assets like this. Click on the access assign access to the action drop menu and click on the groups under that and access to these access permissions to the administrator as the with the right access and click on add. Click on the total account. On the menu icon, click on the actions. You will see here assign access as Control Shift G or expand this in the menu bar. Like here, this icon is this. Like assign access. Click on that. Either way, you can do that. Click on the groups and click on the plus icon to add the group. For example, as per the activity guide, click on the service administrator. Give the access as a right permission. Click on add. As the access has been added to the group for the administrator, click on OK. Click on close. Repeat this process for the entity process for EN05 also. Now we have seen the for account dimension. Repeat this process for entity also. Change the dimension from account to entity. Expand the total geography. Under the segments, expand the EN01. Click on the EN01_05. It is in New York. Now I am selecting the under the action menu also. Click on the access, assign access. Under the groups, click on the plus icon and select the service administrator for right access. Give the permission to him. Click on add. As we can see, the users has been succeeded in creating the security part. Click on OK. Click on close. As this completes as the managing security for access specifier for the dimension part. Now let's see practices for lesson 7, defining the valid intersections. In this practice, we will create a valid intersection using the dimension members. Like we have to log in the EPM cloud. Click on the home page, click the application cluster and click the valid intersections card. These are the predefined valid intersections that are created under the account creation. For creating that, on the right hand side, there is a create button. Click on that. Use the name as per the activity guide, like sample valid intersection. Click on the drop down menu for the account dimension anchor, like selecting the anchor dimension as an account. Now the anchor dimension for the account has been added. And now click on the actions for clicking the add dimension on for another dimension for adding that. Click on add dimension. Now, as per the activity guide, click on entity for selecting that. Select the entity here. Now, let's create an add rule segment under the account. Select the operating income and click on enter it. Search for the operating income. And add the operating income and select that and clicking on it. Click on OK. Similarly, select for the follow the step for 11 and 12 account exists if the jump to 13. Click on remove that and entity for entity 01. Click add for the rule also for the entity dimension also. Under the segments, select the EN01 and click on OK. The rules has been added. And click on save finally and save and close. We have created this sample valid intersection by clicking this, click save and close. As you can see, the sample validation has been added. It completes our creating valid intersection. Now let's get into the practice lesson 8, loading data using data management. In this practice, we will run a setup load file in the data management. I will explain this in the activity guide, and let's navigate into the EPM Cloud application. First, let's log in into our EPM Cloud if necessary. Click the navigator icon as per the data management. Now select the tab under the import format and create an import format like that, and it contains like the segments from mapping to here. Depending on this, we can save that. In similar way, we create the location and these dimensions here. And this location under POV, we'll select this as per our activity guide. I will select this location. These are all the rules we have to follow that. I will explain step by step in our navigation part. Let's see how can we do the data loading in that using data management. In our application, navigate to our home page. Under the integration, it is the data management. Click on that. A separate window will be pop up. Expand that. We'll see two options. One is workflow, another one is setup. First, we have to set up the. We can see the source. Click on the source, and we can see there. We can see 4 icons here, like where is the source system files from file. We can load it by file using the NetSuite. There is ERP and HCM. For this instance, I'm leaving the source system as a file only, and the target application is our FCCS location only. This is the application name and type is consolidation. Let's get into our integration setup here for import format. Click on import format. Add the import format for new. Give the name. The source is a file and target is our application here. The file type is delimited all data type. Once I can show you what is the data, click on save. And we can see this is the mapping, import mapping here. Once I can show you the Excel sheet file, it will be easier for us to navigate and check for the details. This is the file we are loading into our data management. The first row is under entity. The second column is account, intercompany, data source, moment, multi-gap, product, and the target data. Under entity, I have selected EN01. Under the accounts, I have selected savings 1, 1, 2, 3. Intercompany as taking as no intercompany. Data source is managed data. Moment is moments net income. Multi-gap is local gap. Product is no product. And the target data, I have mentioned these details. As per these mappings, we will include in our data management part here. For example, account is a field number 1. I giving the name as account only. Similar way, entity for 2. Intercompany is 3. Data source is 4. Moment is 5. Multi-gap as 6. And product as 7. Use the data as 8. Use the name of the source column. I'm giving amount for amounts. Data source as data source. Intercompany as ICP. Multi-gap as multi-gap. Product as product. Once you have created the mappings, click on save for saving these import mappings. Retry the same process as the data has not successfully. Company as ICP. Moment for moment. Multi-gap as multi-gap. Product as product. Click on save. The changes has been saved under the new import. These are the mappings as per our CSV file. What we are importing. Click on the location for next step. We will create one location here. Use the name. Select the import format that we have created earlier. Click on save. The location has been saved. For now, we have to navigate for a workflow. Click on data load mapping. Under that, we have to select, first of all, we have select that location here. Select the location that have created now. Click on reset and search for the new location here. Click on OK. Specify the dates. I'm mentioning for that March 30, or you can leave that as December 30 also, depending upon our scenario. Click on OK. Give this under the data load mapping. Select like mapping. Give the mapping for every dimension here. For example, account. Click on add. Select star from star as because star indicates total. I'm creating a rule name as A1. Click on save. Similarly, select data. Give the mappings here. Click on save. Data source also it's a predefined like FCCS manager data. Leave it. Click on entity. Give the details. From currency also. For ICP also, we are creating a similar way. this has been previously exported by system. So leave that. Multi gap also same, local gap. For product, we have to define manually here. Use the mapping here on P1. Click on save. As we can see, for every dimension we have created that mapping. The next process is select for the data load rule. Click on add for selecting the new load rule. Give the name. Check and select the import format for selecting that. Under the source option, select the file, which is we have to upload it here. Click on upload, okay, and select that file. Click on save for selecting the load rule. Now execute the load rule. Click on execute here. First, we will select the import source and run the import file. Click on refresh. The process has been executed successfully. Click on execute. Now we can export to target here. Check that and click on run. Under the process detail, we will check for the sections. Click on refresh. Click on refresh. It will take some time. As we can see, the process has been successfully run. And the load rule has been successfully run. Now, and finally, we can check the load rule workbench. As you can see, the files has been imported successfully, validated successfully, and exported into our application. And we can see the source and entity column here from source to target. What are the details has been transferred? We can check this, and this is the similar way we can do the manual things and ERP also. And this concludes our data management. Now let's see the practice lesson for lesson 9, managing the data. In this practice, we will import the data from CSV formatted file. Under the application, click on the overview card, click on action for importing data and create the file as the specified import file and select the import file. We will do in the navigation part here. Select the application. Under the application, click on the overview. Under the action, click on actions. Import data. As the activity gets suggested, we have taken into the file in the download section. Click on create. As you can see, these locations is local. The file type is comma delimited. Import type is merge. Accumulation is none. Select the source file. Click on validate and click on import. Click close for closing the details. And once we can check that import details in the job sections, click on jobs. Click on refresh once the process has been successfully created or not. As we can see, imported data has been successfully completed. This concludes our importing data. And for now getting we are practice under 9.2 copying and clearing data. It is a similar way from we can do that in the application under the overview section, and we can see these details under overview under the actions. As you can see, copy and clear data. These two are helpful for copying data from one entity to another. We will stick into our application and follow as per our activity guide. Click on copy data. We can create by clicking the create button here. Defining, there will be two options here. One is source and will be target. We are specifying the source and target here. For our activity guide purpose, we are selecting the scenario as actual both for source and target. We will mention directly or select by using the member selector here. Click on OK. We will select the scenario as actual. Here also for FY20 as per our activity guide. Click on OK. For year to year has been selected. For period, we have selected from Jan to Jan. For entity, he has taken as EN05, EN01 underscore 05, and for source, and EN06, 1 underscore 06 for entity target. Under the total geography, select the segments. Under the EN01, select the EN01 underscore 05. Click on OK. And change here for target for EN06. In the data source, source has been data input. Expand the total input and select the data input here. Click on OK. Our rest of the things are not necessary because these star mark indicates the required fields. As per our activity guide, we have followed that. Click on run. For running the copy, click on run. Do you want to continue? It shows yes. Click on yes. The job has been submitted. Check for the job section. Click on OK. Navigate to the jobs. As you can see, the copy data has been successfully done. And the similar way we'll do for entity part also. Now we can see in the clear data segment here. Similar way we'll do that in navigating overview. Click on actions. Under that, select clear data. Click on create. As you can see, the details has been mentioned here like regular data, override data, or rated data. Click the scenario for that as per our activity guide. Click on actual. Click on OK. Here also for FY20 and the period is Jan. For entity, we are selecting EN01 underscore 06. Data source as data input. Now click on the run for clearing the data. If you want to continue its prompts like that, click on OK or select yes. The job has been submitted. Click on the job console for more information. Click on OK. and navigate into our job section for checking the details. As you can see, the clear data has been successfully done. This concludes our practice lesson 9, managing the data. Let's get into our practice lesson 10 for managing the forms. In this practice, we will create the forms. Under the application, click on the home page and click the navigator and select the forms under the create and manage. Click on plus for creating an folder like data forms and click on OK. Click on the sample form. Under the create and manage, click on the forms. This is the folders. Expand the library here. Click on plus for creating a folder. Username. Give the name for the folder like I'm giving the name as menu. Click on OK. Click on plus for creating a new sample form. Username. And the properties as the description is form for data entry. Click on next. Check out the layout for POV under view. Select these dimensions under the POV. View, intercompany, currency, multi-cap and product. Rows as a moment and account. Column as entity. Page under years, period, scenario. Select the scenario also under the page. Consolidation. And the data source. This is as per our activity guide, we have selected that. Click on add row for adding the new row. Right click on rows. Click add row. Select the point of view for these dimensions here, FCCS periodic, entity currency, and no intercompany for intercompany, no product, and FCCS local gap. We'll do is in each and every dimension, or we can click the member selector here. Click on the member selector for every dimension. We can do that here by selecting the menu. It will be easier for us. Click on the selected member and click on add. For currency, we have taken the entity currency. Intercompany as a no intercompany. Multi gap as a local gap. And product as no product. Similar way on the page axis, we will select the members here. From in the page dimension, scenario is actual, consolidation is descendants of total input, year, and descendant of total source. Here I am selecting for FY20. Select the scenario as actual. I will take the descendants of the year total. Consolidation as entity total and entity input in the page axis. Click on the contribution, expand the entity total, add the descendants, click on OK. For the data source, I am taking here as a data input. For the account and the entities, we will take the common stock, or we can take the ascendants. Click on take, expand the balance sheet, expand the traditional approach here. Click on the total assets, take these descendants, and movement for no movements. Take the entity as EN06. Under the segment, select the EN05 or 06. Click on OK and save the form by clicking the save. The form has been saved successfully. Under the other options, we will see these dynamic user variable, precisions, and other menus. On the business rule, add consolidate to our business rule and translate also in our business rule. Click on save. Preview for previewing the form. As specified, this is the form, and we can enter the details in the data form segment. And after the creation of form, click on the finish for saving this. This concludes our 10.1 creating the form. Let's see how can we access forms to accessing forms. In this practice, we will assign these security roles to our form. Click on the form and you can see this access icon here, assign access. Click on that. Click on the groups. Click on the plus icon here and select the required role. I'm selecting the service administrator here and click on the right for giving the right access permissions to that, and click on the add. The user has been successfully added. Click on OK and close. Like this, we can give the access permissions to our forms. This concludes our 10.2, creating, accessing the access specifier for forms and creating the forms. That's it. Thank you.
Hi, thank you, Anil.